What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bowls podcast, the number one podcast for Kung Fu martial arts movies and pop culture. What episode is this, y'all?
This is 76, bro.
76!
Enrique's so concerned about him being framed. Spider-Man is covering up his body.
Technically, this is episode 77.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, 77.
We just, guys, if you haven't heard our latest episode, it is pretty badass.
It is amazeballs, we hope.
Yeah.
You know what? It was so good that I don't want to say anything about it, so they have to go back and listen to it.
Much like when we went both to Universal Studios and to D23 Expo.
But we're going to talk about that right now. That's all I have planned.
Are we?
Hey, I'm Mark. Say hi.
Hey, what's up, folks?
Enrique.
Hi.
Super Producer Stevens.
Hi.
Should we talk about that?
Well, that's all I got planned, fool. Like, my notes are the shit we did last week. And remember, guys, my name is Ivan. What cool thing happened in 77, Stevens?
Oh my gosh, I was not ready.
Please make sure it's not some depressing ass fucking like world hunger took over.
I got you. 1977, May 17th, the greatest movie that ever come out. Star Wars.
Well, there you go.
Directed by George Lucas, starring Sir Alec Guinness, Harrison Ford.
I'm really concerned about your Spider-Man box, bro. We have to like
what?
No, it's good. It's good.
Enrique doesn't want to be on there.
He's gonna impose himself here.
Oh, you mean here?
Anything else, Stevens, in 77?
Yes, Elvis passed away.
Stopped doing history and we
Elvis
started
passed
doing
away.
sports.
Why do you keep
messing with my thing,
on the same
man?
day?
Sports. My bad. Sports. We're doing sports. God damn.
I was back to the sports side. I
We
got
only
rid of
did
the
this, like,
history
last
side.
week.
Look, I could
You got tired of the Vietnam, remember?
Yeah, because it's Vietnam like 6 years in a row.
So
and
that's why we
shit.
did sports for the last 4 weeks.
Well, obviously I didn't pay fucking attention. Hey, Stevens, what happened in 77 with sports?
The champions.
The New York Yankees beat the LA Dodgers 4-2.
That's what you get, you son of a bitch.
With Reggie Jackson as the MVP.
Oh, Mr. October.
That's when he went off, yeah.
That's when he went off. In one game, 3 home runs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy.
Popped off.
All right, guys. Well, we did a lot of crap last week, including 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Shut
up.
Technically, like 3 weeks ago.
Hey, who the hell cares? All right,
Shut up, both of you.
D23. D23 happened some time ago.
It did.
It did.
It was so amazing. We had to kind of take a little break and relax. And now we're bringing you hot off the presses here.
Out of the prison. Whoa, was it that amazing this time?
It was not, man. It was very underwhelming for me. Last time we went before the dark times, before the pandemic, it seemed like the world was our oyster. There was like Disney Plus was gonna drop, and they're like, "Hey, man, there's a show called The Mandalorian." And we're like, "Oh my god, is it gonna be better than the sequel trilogy?" I don't know. I hope there's some sort of cute character, and you're like, "We didn't even know that."
Yeah.
They're ESPN. They had bought ESPN, and they're buying all these companies, National Geographic. So it seemed very optimistic. They were like, "We're bringing all these rides to Epcot Center. We're gonna make a new ship. We're making this. We're making that. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car." I was like, "Oh, thank you, Bob Iger." Or not? Yes, at the end of that, Bob Iger. Mm-hmm. We didn't know that Bob Chapek, the new president, was going to take over. Who he kind of looks like the villain from Iron Man. He's bald and he has a beard.
Oh, okay.
He's like, Tony Stark built this in a cave with scrap parts. But it was kind of underwhelming overall.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I blew up my voice. Well, okay. Excuse me, Enrique.
Why? Why was it underwhelming?
Oh, okay, so again,
what were you expecting that you didn't get?
I was expecting more Star Wars. They didn't give us any new Star Wars news. I was expecting more Marvel. They really didn't give us a lot more. We don't know that about Fantastic Four. We don't know about the mutants. We don't know. We know that Wolverine's somewhere out there in the world that they don't want to say who it is. And you know what? The reality is that maybe they're not done with contracts. They're like, hey, I will come back and I will be Wolverine, but I want to own the Matterhorn. And you're like, well, I don't know if you can do that, buddy.
You still think they would get him to do Wolverine?
I don't know. I'd like a younger.
Would that work?
It depends.
Depends on where you are in the.
Yeah, are they bringing him in
story.
to believe that his timeline was happening as everything else was happening? Because the Wolverine's what? Not to be dumb, but in the comics, he's how old now? Allegedly,
he's over 100 years old.
Because of
going almost 200
the
years.
self-healing helps him.
Well, he's getting mentioned in She-Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, like, do you want to go with an old
man
version of
Logan, or
do you want a
is
young
it
kid
the young
start?
one, right?
I mean, okay, Enrique, you're writing this. What would you say?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Enrique, come on.
he would be old, right? If he's being mentioned in She-Hulk.
Off the top of your
Not
head,
necessarily.
No.
Because why can't the mutants be young when they start? Why
But
can't it be like first class?
we saw Nerd Hulk, right?
I'm sorry, that is called
this-
Smart Hulk.
So isn't that after everything that's happened, Avengers and
Yeah, but not necessarily.
It's like
mutants.
2026, 27 in the MCU.
But remember, X-Men is not MCU. So technically
Okay.
speaking, I don't think they're going to say...
they can put it in
They're
wherever.
in their own
Yeah.
multiverse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're in their own universe. So,
I mean, hell, you could bring both of them.
yeah.
I mean, right? You could bring the old one and you can bring a young one at some
and
point in
they're
time.
like-
Did you guys see the new She-Hulk?
No, is it good?
Oh, today's no.
Today's?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3
Yeah.
weeks ago?
Yeah.
You mean
Is
the
it
one
good?
with Daredevil in it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
bro.
okay, no.
And then Titania, right? Taking
Yeah.
the
You
name
saw it?
She-Hulk. Buddy, you go with it, all right? I read a little bit.
You saw it, though?
No, he
son, we
didn't.
haven't- shit. You know,
Did he just call me son?
Yeah. Yes, you did.
son. But no, wait, is it a good one?
we
though?
established weeks ago that you were the youngest.
So we do see the Daredevil, though. I mean, we kind of knew that already coming, right? Well, Barca talked about it the 2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, we knew he was going to be in it, but I'm not even talking about that.
It's just a good episode.
Yeah.
Yes, but it is.
That's cool.
It is. It's a court case between She-Hulk and then Titania, who is now taking the name She-Hulk,
She-Hulk,
yeah.
by Titania.
Yeah, that's super cool. I'm excited. Like I said, dude, I like everything I'm seeing so far, so that's cool. But a little underwhelming with just the stuff.
Yes, but you know what? I feel that all fans did the thing we've talked about in different episodes, that we build up something that isn't, and then you kind of get you get caught up in the wave of what if. Having also said the wave of what if, we went to the parks panel, which was cool, but and let me explain what happened. So they talked to us about there's a new ship coming out. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen overseas. A lot of Frozen, a lot of princesses. A Zootopia world where they've got animatronics and it's puppets, but it's also a ride. They talked about what we know here. Splash Mountain is becoming Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And they had the model of it's fun to talk to the Imagineers and see them and hear them talk. Because they have like these little pavilions, and they're actually showing you what they've been working on. So they talked to us about Tiana, and they're like, hey, you know what? The music is a big part. New Orleans is a big part. Guess what? Here's
Anika Noni Rose.
Anika Noni Rose.
Oh.
And here's some backup dancers. And guess what? We're turning this into Mardi Gras. And they gave us like a little towel. And so you're like you're at a wedding. Viene, viene, viene. And dude, there's like a jazz band coming through the aisles, and and she sang all the hits from that song, from the movie. And they're like, hey, thank you very much. And like, that was pretty badass. And they're like, hold on, guys. We also want to talk to you about Downtown Disney in Anaheim, California. Hey, we've got a couple restaurants coming. This restaurant from this chef, this restaurant from that chef. You know what's also coming, guys? Porto's, the Cuban bakery. Yep. And they're like, but you know, and so they show you pictures like, doesn't it look delicious? Hey guys, what do you think if we did it. All 7,000 of you guys, you're getting some free Portos today. And you just hear in the back, ka-kunk, 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 ka-kunk. They're moving these. So they made 7,000 in individual little Portos boxes.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So it's not like just, aquí tienes tu churro. It's like, no.
What was it?
Portos, what was it? It's a churro croissant.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
cheese roll.
A cheese roll.
It's like a cheese Danish.
Okay.
But is a taquito. Mm-hmm. And a mango cookie.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie, all of that was so good.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I have a cheese Danish story to tell, but I'll wait.
What's the restaurants that we have to look forward to?
It's the one is like a Chinese one.
They're very popular right now. I don't know what they are.
I don't know who
either.
I forget their names.
I don't follow those things.
Express.
I'll look for it.
It's called B.F. Chang's.
It was not that.
So, okay, Stevens, what was your thing? What was your highlight or low light, or how did you feel about the whole thing?
I did enjoy the parks panel, but I was underwhelmed at all that's coming. Like I don't do the cruises. Yeah. It's nice to watch that, but there's a new boat. Okay, it does nothing for me. I'm not gonna probably do that.
It's Aladdin themed. It's called The Adventure.
And I was hoping for more park news. Like all the news they shared was not one. It didn't feel like a lot was brand new. Like I feel like we have heard a lot of the things, and we kind of knew things were coming.
Okay.
So I guess I just expected more from what that was. But we also attended the Muppets panel, the Muppets Christmas Carol panel.
Okay.
That was bomb.
And you know who was there?
The Muppets.
The friggin' Muppets.
That's cool.
Because I was like, that wall is kind of almost wayside.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it starts like, in a couple minutes, these blah, blah, blah is going to start. And then just out of nowhere, Gonzo in his little Charles Dickens outfit. He's like, hey, everybody. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, yeah, it's Gonzo. We saw YouTubers and celebrities and all sorts of people that we can do like, this is fucking Gonzo. And so that was a really cool thing. So
we're getting Disneyland news. We're getting Mandalorian and Grogu in November.
Okay,
they're walking around.
This is the way.
Batu. We're getting Hulk this week sometime.
Yeah,
in his Avengers time travel
walk
suit.
Around Hulk.
Okay, yeah, it is.
Look it's cool.
It's massive. It's crazy how big that thing is.
He's big, and it's cool that they could even do something like that. So
he's a big green mother from outer space.
Yeah, it's way cool that they can do that. Will it be improved in 10 years? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to have some time. We're getting the new Avengers ride in Avengers Campus.
And that'll be where that...
I think it's in the it's supposed to be in the building,
show,
right?
Where they do that show now?
Yes.
In front of that restaurant?
Yeah. But we think you'll go
across from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
We think you're going to go inside the building, and then that's where the adventure happens.
Oh, okay. What kind of, like, if you know, like, is it a roller coaster? Is it interactive?
No, I think it's going to be like a Star Tours.
A multiversal Star Tours.
Okay.
Where these Marvel superheroes, and because it's a multiversal, it could be from any movie that comes out. Any show that comes out.
Yeah, continues to come out, right?
Yes.
So, okay.
Enrique's going to put the key poster right here with King Thanos. So they have to fight the Thanos that won.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And so he literally has a golden crown, and he's got like a white beard.
That's dope.
And in the picture they show it's Daredevil, She-Hulk, Iron Man, Moon Knight, Man-Thing, the Werewolf by Night.
We're in, bro.
Yeah.
Mexicans finally made it to Marvel, dude. So that was my biggest. I wasn't even there, and that's my biggest takeaway from D23. I'm like, we got one, you son of a bitch.
It's a cool trailer.
Yeah. Have you seen that, Enrique?
It's a Halloween special called Werewolf by Night.
So it'll actually be out next month.
So it's like a little horror movie where one of them is a monster, and so the monster keeps killing them.
Mm-hmm. And remember the actor that you said from Y Tu Mamá También?
Yeah.
It's the other guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we got one. Because you know the whole thing, we're like, that guy's Puerto Rican, cool, but he's not like for some
reason. What is he in? What is he in?
Werewolf by Night.
That's the actual
name of the show.
That's the name of the show. Mm-hmm. And
cool.
it's like this black and white horror.
It looks pretty
thing.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Check out the trailer, man. It's pretty cool.
We're also getting Disneyland, I don't think was getting anything.
No.
DCA is also getting the Pacific Wharf is changing to be San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I can't
from
with
Big Hero 6.
Yeah. Big Hero 6, 8. I'm added 2 of them.
You can add to 8 if you
which is technically a Marvel property.
Yep.
No.
So, and then Paradise Pier is becoming Pixar Place Hotel, which this is all kind of stuff we knew, and it's just like an overlay of stuff. And then the Downtown Disney, the Asian restaurant is Din Tai Fung. So I'd never heard of that, but
Fun, bro. I don't know.
Oh wait,
it's some world famous chef guy that's coming or whatever.
I guess
like,
the big thing is dumplings. It's like dumplings are super amazing.
So I'm down because I like Asian cuisine, so I'm okay with that.
Well, it's something different too because there's nothing like that.
Exactly.
No, it's been mainly Italian, right?
Porto's Bakery, which is really popular here in Southern Cal, and then the races are coming back, which is kind of cool. So you can go
The racist?
races.
those racists never left.
The racists are. I was just gonna say they're still around.
They're hanging on.
But the Run Disney races are coming back, so you can actually run through the parks and around
the races. Okay, sorry, I was like, you know what the fuck? I was like, did at one point did these animals? Like, I thought like animals got into suits and they fucking raced and shit. I'm
yes,
like, can we bet on that shit? Like,
so you're talking about the marathons they do?
Yeah.
The 5K, 10K,
They stopped those
and
since
marathons. Yeah, they've been
COVID?
gone for
Not
even
COVID.
before
It's because
that.
they were building Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
So-
thought we were getting another Star Wars ride.
No, sorry, my dude.
Haven't heard
Nope.
anything about that. We're getting Toontown back open.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Avengers. Sorry, I was thinking of the Avengers.
We're getting Toontown back open next year sometime with Mickey's Runaway Railway.
Cool.
Which is in Florida already, so that's coming, and that's a fun ride. But
You've been
again,
on it?
it's not new.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we went to Florida.
And we're getting the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's this weird. Imagine you go into this room and it's got these kind of cutouts, or it's got these shapes. They project the cartoon onto these shapes, and then they animate it, and all of a sudden the room will shift and it becomes something else.
So then, the things you did,
am I not gonna be able to ride this?
No, it's not 3D.
But it's not the 3D that gets them; it's the screens.
Oh, this is
It's, I don't know, because it's not. It's
He looks
not
so
like
disappointed.
I
it's not as intense as Transformers ride.
Okay. Does the
Because
Simpsons
I
get
don't
you?
think you go as fast, and you're not as close to them. They're farther away.
You're in a car.
Just close your eyes.
You're in the car. You're like,
What's the fucking point?
I would say try it. I think you
You can
might
still
be
hear 'em.
okay.
If it
because
doesn't
it's
go
not
fast,
as intense as the other ones.
What fucks me up in Transformers is the speed.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
how
yeah.
fast
That's
they
what
go.
I'm saying. It's
This
not
is
that.
not fast.
It's not
the
that.
speed.
Okay.
It's more like because it's a
Autobots
trackless ride, so
transform,
it's
roll
more
out.
like. What
But it is
ride?
stuff on screens, but it
It
doesn't go.
is, but you're not.
So
they're not right here. They're like over there.
Imagine what's
Everything is a screen.
Okay.
No, ya valió verga.
But it's not like Harry Potter where they move you in the room and
It's
it's one
not
screen.
that.
It's everything is being. You know when they project onto the castle?
Yeah.
It's
It's
that.
like that.
And then you just kind of move from the scene to scene, and it doesn't
So
go
you're
fast.
just watching a movie pretty much.
Yeah.
Play out and then move you
And you're
forward.
not
that
moving
will
as
literally
fast.
change based on the
I
configuration
want to
of
be
the
there
room.
when you first ride it, because I feel you're gonna puke.
I don't think
No,
you
I
would
might
because
be okay.
because Transformers
I'm back.
can be rough for me too. This is not close to that. It's not even close to that.
So, of the things you did get to see, what was your best? Like, oh, that was cool. Even
The-
though maybe it wasn't a surprise.
The
Just something that
Muppets
you,
in person
Muppet for
is
you.
always cool, but
But like that. Sorry, it's not so much what you saw. More like something that's coming out. Whether it be a show.
so
whether
this
it be
is
something.
the last thing, and I am glad that we're in Disneyland, California for this, because next year D23 is because Disney all started in 1923. Next year is 2023.
got you.
So
Okay.
there's 100 years of Disney, and the hub, like it'll be at all the parks around the world and all kinds of
Okay.
stuff celebrated everywhere, but the hub will be here.
Hey.
Which is really cool. So
That's cool.
I'm excited to see. They're gonna have new nighttime shows, fireworks shows,
gonna be that damn bumblebee with lights on.
a whole bunch of stuff. So they didn't. I mean, they gave us a little bit of that. Like we did get to hear the fireworks song, which was cool.
Okay.
But I'm excited to see what all they do with that
For the 100
because it's. I mean,
Yes.
that's a big
All right, Barker,
celebration.
of the stuff that's coming out. What was your thing?
Oh, the coolest thing, and it's also the crappiest thing, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's a caveat. So,
I'm like, I'm intrigued.
so
now.
Josh
I know.
tomorrow, or
I'm intrigued too. I'm like-
or the Disney Daddy.
That's my brother.
Yes,
He is a handsome
Daddy
man.
tomorrow. So he's very charismatic, whereas the actual president is like, here's what we're gonna do, and then no one cheered for him when he came out,
Aw.
and then one guy's like, boo.
There's always one asshole.
Yeah. So, at the end of the presentation, they're like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for telling you this, but guess what? He said, at Disney we dream big. You know, go big or go home." And so we've been talking to the Imagineers, and we're just sitting around, we're shooting the shit, and we've got animation people, and we got these people sitting in the room,
Okay.
and we're like, "All right, man. So at Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, what do you think would be behind Big Thunder Mountain?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, there's just swamp right now. So like whatever you want it to, right?" And they're like, "What if all of a sudden you could go into the town of San Miguel or whatever the town from Coco is?"
Yep.
Okay.
And they're like, "Oh my God, this is happening." He's again, this is just in our imagination.
That sucks.
And then you walked out and you dropped the mic.
No, he gave a few more ideas.
Yeah. But what if next to that town was Casa Madrigal? And you're like, oh, and you could go inside Casa Madrigal, and each of the rooms was its own little ride, or was its own little.
Well, you can even, there was one, they even said, what if you can walk up to a door and it shows you what your power
what
is?
your power would be.
People are like, woo!
They're like, oh my God. But again, guys, this is just big sky. This is big blue sky. We're just thinking.
Blue sky.
And then how about right in the distance, right? There's a new mountain range. And guess what? That's where the villains live. And you're like, oh my God. Because before 9/11, here in California, they were going to make a villains park, which would have been badass.
Yeah.
But they're like,
But then when everybody cheers, what do you say?
yeah. And they're like, oh my God. Yeah. Again, guys, just in our imagination.
That would fucking piss me off, bro.
He's like the biggest fucking cock tease ever.
Yes, and
if
they're
you're
like-
into that kind of stuff.
And they're talking about my favorite theme park, Animal Kingdom, which is a zoo and a theme park. Dude, I love that park. We saw the guy who designed it. We're like, Joe Roddy. We're like, hey.
It was a Joe Rogan. What the fuck?
No, yeah. He's like, yeah. Ivermectin. He's like, yeah. I devour myself. Anyway, he's like, what if we put in this park? They have like a dinosaur land. They're like, what if in Dino Land we had the world of Moana? And so we had the story of the ocean, her relationship with it, and how human beings interact with it.
Woo!
And they're like, he's like, but you know what? Again, just blue sky. And then maybe what if also we had our own little animals that lived in there, little cute animals that we were talking about conservation and you know how we are one world, one people, one living creature here on spaceship Earth. And what if the characters from Zootopia lived there? And what if it looked like, and they show you concept art. Bro, they show you concept art of what it looks like. And then one guy's like, boo. Again, guys, and just imagine.
I mean, they're totally doing this, right?
But
all of that, they can't do all of that, bro.
They won't get it all. That's why when he's saying, look, there is stuff to come and there is cool things in the works, but nothing's set yet.
and so again, people's complaint was like,
but like, don't tease them.
yeah, it is a
Tell
cock
me.
tease because Universal has a theme park.
He blew on it for like,
Yeah.
but that was it.
There's a new theme park in Universal.
I like how Barca second that shit too.
No, there is a theme park right now in Universal. They have not confirmed what these lands are. But no, but you're right.
When you do it, it's gross.
Yes, seriously. I'm glad that Spider-Man's blocking you.
Oh, fuck you guys.
So you go ahead, whatever.
Don't get mad, Twan.
Oh, that was my favorite.
Universal has this theme park. In this, there is a land. There's a Super Nintendo world. Mm-hmm. They have a land of the classic Universal monsters, and we've talked about this. They also have the How to Train Your Dragon, and then there's this other land. We don't know what it is yet. All surrounding this hotel. Universal doesn't tell you what they're doing until they're about to do it. Mm-hmm. Disney's like, hey guys, in 7 years, we might have some of this. Excuse me, we may not.
It's all right.
God
damn, it's too much for him.
Now I'm full of mole.
I know, dude. I grew up spaghetti to you today. Well, look, I mean, it all sounds cool. So even if you get 1 or 2 or 3 of the things, it'll probably be badass, right?
Yeah, it'll
like,
be something, and I'm sure they're just giving you a heads up, and it's exciting.
Yeah, meanwhile, Tomorrowland's like,
it is.
hello, I'm here.
Because it all sounds really cool.
It sounds very cool, and that's the thing. But
they
like,
did that
of those 3 things, what are we gonna get? Like, we'll probably get 1.
You get the door, and you're like, oh look,
Like, when I would rather have Tomorrowland,
fix Tomorrowland.
like,
Bring back
some
the people mover.
upgraded.
Bring back the people mover. That's it. People will be like, oh my God, Disney, you're so amazing.
Like, put some love in there so it looks.
bring Michael Jackson.
So it looks cool.
They
again.
did.
Yeah, I know they did.
They
Yeah.
just came back.
So I was hoping for that and didn't get it, but
They're bringing back the world of R. Kelly.
Don't do that.
No, they're not.
So okay, well, things to come. But Enrique, we got to go somewhere, man. How
something
did you,
quite different.
Something quite different.
Something
a little more spooky.
or in Enrique's case, spoopy.
So, what did you think of Universal?
I mean, it was
yada.
Universal Studios Halloween Horror Night.
We went to Horror Nights.
Mm-hmm.
It was dope. I mean,
Horror Nights.
Can you describe these Horror Nights?
We kind of splurged this year and got our express pass, which I think was the way to
Because
go.
y'all bastards they're like, I think Barker's right. Like, we gotta pay for this.
Yeah, last couple times, right? We went.
You're like, we got on two things.
Two of the houses, and so we got everything. We did everything.
Yeah.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
Did you have the early entry too?
What's that?
Did you have the early entry too, or just the
we started like at
express?
6 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. We were at dinner though.
Yeah.
So. A dinner and a show.
Dinner and a show. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we even killed an hour and a half just for shits and giggles, right, Ivan?
Shit. My fucking son, he loses goddamn pass in the first maze, dude. I had to fucking go and I was so fucking pissed. Dude, if I could have hit him, I could have hit him, but I wanted to hit him.
Did you go look for it, or did you tell the people and they had to do stuff?
But everything was in line. Because people were upgrading their regular ticket to that.
To the VIP
so that's what took forever.
We were
downstairs.
We were at the bottom.
Oh gosh,
yeah.
that is a trek. My gosh.
Yeah, how is it that my fucking high school kid doesn't know how to figure shit out about my fucking other
But
one?
it was after the first. It was after the
I will
first.
tell you right now, gender.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with it.
So it was after the first house, and he was like, because it does kind of suck. You have the little freaking pass, and you got to hold on to it, and there's a bunch of us.
Yeah,
but he's telling his kids like, don't lose it, or
like
go
after
it back
you
to your
scan
mom.
it, give it back to your mom. I wouldn't even give it to my wife because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking lose this shit, so I'll give it back. I don't want to lose it.
And then we go through it. We walk out. He's like, "You got your pass?"
Like a grade A dumbass. Son of a bitch. Oh, dude, I swear to God. People are like, that's why you got to beat your kids sometimes. God damn it.
So we even with that, we got all the houses in. We while they were waiting, they were riding rides too. So they got a couple rides in. So
That's awesome.
it was cool. I was because I mentioned it when we were there. It seemed like there wasn't from what I remember the last couple of times, there's a lot of characters walking around with the chainsaws and just like going nuts and trying to scare people.
Characters.
Yeah. Characters. A lot less.
There seems to be a lot less for some reason this year, which is because when we went in, there was nobody.
Yeah.
And we saw some on the way out. So I don't know if they just got a late start that day or what, but yeah, that was kind of.
Well, that was first night too, right?
Yes, second was also that too.
They probably
first or second night.
First or second,
Yeah,
but they probably saved that till 7, to be honest, because they do the gate open thing.
No, not even at 7 though.
Yeah,
because that's when I had to go get the fucking stuff.
Oh, you were up there.
I wish a motherfucker would have tried to scare me at that point in time. Like, nobody scared me. Nobody. Not even in the main street because I had to go through the main street. Now at the very end,
on the way out,
they were out there more. But even then, it didn't feel like it because I remember there being it when you're going through the long walks and they're everywhere. They were only on that main strip.
Yeah.
And not even when it was dark and it was already that time because I walked it.
Yeah.
And I was brooding. And I was like, the motherfucker's gonna pop around. It's not gonna be the time. Not at all. I was telling you guys, I guess after going to it a few years in a row, and this was get the fast pass. It's so clutch. It's awesome. It's amazing. It lets you be able to see everything. But and you've talked about this before, Barca. But like I'm at the point now where I want to see stuff. Because it's like they take so much time to make these things look cool. And there's so many people there that you don't have time. They're just not giving you that chance. They're pushing you through, right? Everybody's like, move, go. And I'm like, dude, you don't get to see shit. My favorite stuff is seeing the kids like lose their shit, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, cool, I see them lose their shit and I want to see what's on this table because, oh my God, these kids are sitting there with whatever out of their mouths. But you can't. By the time I'm like, oh shit, I'm already out of the room.
I think we had a big.
Come on.
We had a big group also. We had too big of a group, I think, going through the houses because.
If anything, I thought that would help us so we can
because
slow
by
it
the
down.
time when they get the the kids in the front, by the time we go through it, there's really nothing going on. They kind of reset and.
Oh no, but it's not the scares. I want to see the stuff, the things on the tables, the things on the wall. Because the scares, I already know they're coming. I know when they're gonna, you start realizing, okay, this thing is gonna be a scare. Now I just want to see what's going on. And I will say, dude, my favorite tour was the weekend.
It was, right? It was
literally the weekend. It was the best one. There was moments of other ones, like I like when Legends Collide because I like that shit. That was cool. Halloween, when you're in the mirrors, that was fucking cool because you don't know which one's gonna come out or whatever. But just all around, it was a weekend. And like his music being slowed down, the way they played everything, the whole play on what they were playing on in the thing.
There were a couple creatures that came out.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah. When he starts morphing into area, like it was just cool. But like, there's so much going on, and you can't really see it all. Not the scares. Like, I mean, I know they're coming, whatever. It's more of like the decorations.
Looking in the room and going, "Wow, look at how much stuff's in here."
Yeah. You don't really get to do that because you're being pushed. Still, fucking a lot of fun. I mean, but I don't know. Like, I had fun. We were fucking having dinner, shooting the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff was fun. But like, I just wish you could take more time going through it. And you don't have to even scare me. I just want to see shit. Like in Halloween, the scene where the girl's getting like choked out or whatever. Like I kind of was like, what? And then you're just like, oh, why? I mean, okay. That cop in there though.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a part with the cop and he's like, bang, bang, bang. Bang. He's like, I think I might be adding too much actually. He was so fucking done.
Yeah.
Because he's doing the same shit over and over and over and over. I get it.
And that's the second night.
Yeah, that's only. But he gave two fucks about your like realizing it was so funny.
Yeah.
So it was just so much going on in that thing.
Maybe it was just over like just too much. Maybe
because we went into so many of them. Maybe this time. I didn't like the tram tour this year.
The tram tour was kind of whack,
and I was bummed out because it was Jordan Peele. But the way they did it, I just felt like they threw everything together. And you guys will see it when you get there. But I was like walking up to it, I was like, oh shit. But then like they had to add stuff to it because there's no real scares that come with it. Like when we did it last year, it was where you can kill people.
The Purge.
The Purge, thank you. So the moment you fucking get off, dude, all Purge coming at you. Yeah. So this one, it's like they added a whole nother backstory to it. And I'm like, oh, well, they have to do that because there's no real like, Jordan Peele doesn't lend itself to like, chainsaws and shit like that. Yeah. So then we saw that, and I'm just kind of like, okay, it was like, and then
they just had characters from us.
Yeah, but that's even not at the beginning. Around. That's more exactly when you get closer to the actual little like part of. I don't know. It was not as cool.
Because it's Us and Nope, right?
Us, Nope, and Get Out. But
Get Out.
But
that scared that. I think that last one scared the hell out of me.
But it didn't really like. They didn't translate in a cool way like The Purge. I haven't watched one Purge movie, and it translated fine, like if that makes any sense. And I watched these and I really enjoy these movies, and I was just kind of like, I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I mean, do you disagree with me on that? And you see what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe
I think the tram was better last time, a lot better.
The tram was better last time.
Okay,
maybe it's just we've been there 3 years in a row.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And it's just gonna get worse and worse for us because like we've seen it already. We're gonna eat the rich over here. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But my favorite thing that happened the whole night, God damn it, even better than my son losing his fucking ticket. It was amazeballs. Was we're going on the way home and we don't want to, because right now we're dealing with the traffic shit, which, hey, they opened up 3 lanes now. So yay, cool. Getting better. But we're heading back and you kind of were in front of us, I think, because we're fucking going to find a fucking car in the parking lot. That shit was hilarious. And then.
Could you really not find it?
Nah, we did. Yeah, we did. We were just one level above. The guy, we told him where we were at and the guy sent us one level up, not level 1 level down.
Okay.
We should have trusted ourselves and not the fucking security that works there. So anyways, we're driving home and we're like, we don't want to stop. We just want to get home. So like, let's go to McDonald's, right? And let's just grab something right there. And we're fucking, my brother's with us and we're all shooting the shit, laughing or whatever. So it's time to order the food. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm just going to get a pumpkin spice latte because I have them right now. And I go, and I'm going to get a cheese Danish because fucking cheese Danish is rock. I don't really want food. And people got chicken nuggets. My brother's like, fuck yeah, I'll take a pumpkin spice and a cheese Danish too. So I'm ordering my food and I'm so excited for these cheese Danishes. And I'm like, and 2 cheese Danishes. And the lady's like, for sure, coming right up, 2 cheese Danish. And I'm like, what the fuck, this bitch? And then to my brother's like, whoa. And I'm like, well, shit the fuck. So we go up to the front, and the lady, it's the same lady again. She's like, and you're gonna have chicken nuggets, and you're gonna have 2 spicy latte, and then you're gonna have 2 cheese Danish. And I'm like, 2 cheese, and it was not a English to Spanish thing at all. This girl spoke perfectly English, so it became a cheese Danish. She called it a cheese Danish.
Cheese Danish.
And then, so we're fucking just talking shit. The whole car of us are talking shit. We get to the front, and then the window just opens, and the guy's like staring at us, just blank stare. And I'm like, oh, fuck? And I'm like, and he's like, you had pumpkin spice latte? And I was like, yeah, we had 3 pumpkin spice lattes. He's like, I still gotta make those. I motherfucker made the goddamn but it was weird. He was just and a motherfucking window closed.
Maybe that was your Danish.
That was my Danish. I think but it wasn't him. It was the other guy. So then we look, and we're all looking, and he's pushing every motherfucking button on that machine, bro. Like, there's a machine, and he's pushing everything. The manager comes, that bitch just pushing everything. And I'm like, we ain't getting no motherfucking lattes and shit. So then they give us the food. They tell us, hey, can you move forward? And we'll bring these pumpkin spice lattes to you because we're having trouble with the machine. We pull forward. My brother's already finished his cheese Danish. He's fucking done with it. And he's like, yo, fucking chingados, only want the fucking pumpkin spice latte. And I'm like, it's gonna be the best ever. And I go, oh, look. And they're like, what? I go, that guy's running to Starbucks to fucking get our fucking pumpkin spice latte. Look at his head. And I'm like, what the fuck? So they finally bring it out. It was actually a very good pumpkin spice latte.
Nice.
Props to McDonald's. But it was just like the whole fucking ghetto. We're like, God damn it, dude.
This is Castaic one or before that?
Castaic one. Yeah.
The very last one?
Yeah, the cheese Danish. And I was just like,
Danish.
What the fuck?
I have never heard that.
When you guys said cheese Danish, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that shit. But look, man, it's still a great time, and not you trying to be an asshole about it. I just wish you could do something where you could walk at the speed you wanted to, and maybe even, and I know why they don't. I know why they don't, because there's fucking so many people there. But it'd be cool to actually be able to like kind of appreciate it because it's fucking badass. Then the Llorona was a letdown for me too.
The Llorona was the worst one for me.
See, and that's
Killer
on the
Clowns
top
of Outer Space was
that's
worse
on
for
the
me.
Tip of that's on the top of like other people's lists that I've seen. Yes.
See, but, I think I also thought the houses were a little bit longer this time too. Did you feel?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space felt like forever to get out that bitch, bro. I was like, I get it.
Because last year, the year before, I felt like they were done. Like you would walk in and make a couple turns and you were out.
That's quick.
This year, every single one for me seemed like, dude, can I get out?
Yeah.
And maybe it was because it was hot, maybe?
Yeah, that's another thing. The day was
warm in
hot.
there.
Thank God it
was
rained.
Muggy. Yeah.
Thank God it rained because it helped. I didn't even want to cover. I never used an umbrella once. I was like, nope, keep it coming, bro. Like, it is so freaking hot. But like, for instance, like Llorona, when we went, it was closed down. I'm like, for technical difficulties, what the fuck is that? Why is it closed down? So then we went back and it was finally open, but we missed like, because you can see the boxes, right?
Yeah,
we missed
there was
like
a couple of them that were
scares, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I wonder if somebody got sick because it was probably too hot in there. And they might have just and got a little sick or something. They had to send people home. So I think it's the first weekend. Maybe it's not a good idea to go the first weekend, you know? We'll talk about your guys' experience last week when you go and see what you guys think, because maybe it was just the first weekend.
Yeah, if we do it again, which we might not, because I don't want to stay over here and have a good time. But,
I told you I had a good time. Watching the kids is always fun.
We need to go later.
Like that's what. Yeah, I would. Maybe that's safer. Maybe they get through the rough shit at the beginning and kind of go through it.
They have a week where they practice, a couple days to practice,
something like that. Yeah. I think that, like, you know, and maybe just the heat too, bro.
And the heat, yeah.
That was a really hot week.
I'm at the age, bro, where if it's too fucking hot, I'm not enjoying whatever the fuck I'm doing. Yeah. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I'm not young enough to deal with it.
It was muggy, man.
I couldn't imagine a summer Magic Mountain trip right now.
Well, and I guess like this speaks to your dude who maybe he's dying in that cop suit, right? Like, and he's stuck in that room, and
yep.
Like all those people in the makeup and all that.
Yeah, and it sucks because it's at night and you expect it to be kind of cool, and it was still like, and then all the people. And yeah, like you said, thank God for the rain, because at least you could let that kind of cool you down a little bit. But even then, it was still hot. It was still like uncomfortable most of the time.
Yeah, man. But still, again, the what they do and the way they do it, some of that shit's amazing, man. It's a lot of fun. And again, the kids fucking the reactions was the best. That's always going to be the fun shit for sure.
It's amazing how fucking scaredy cats.
Yeah. But speaking of reactions, I think I have 3 reactions to this week's movie. Reaction. Isn't that the name of this movie?
No.
And we'll be back. What the fuck is the name of this movie? Fire, Water, Story?
The story, the fire, the water.
No, it's called Rise, Roar, Revolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, You were so sure of your fucking shit too, or that. Okay.
Because finally, like 45 minutes in, boom, boom, boom.
But wait, is this because they show?
I thought it was what you thought. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was fire, water, and rain, fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire. I thought this fucking movie was Earth, Wind, and Fire, bro. That's what I thought this fucking movie was.
Up, man.
All right, man. We'll be back after this break. All right, Barca, hit him with the back of the box. I think Barca had a stroke from all that fucking mole he had today. What do you got?
Giving Enrique time for the edit. Come on.
All right, go for it, man. What do we got?
Hey guys, RRR, a tale of two legendary revolutionaries and their journey.
We're gonna get into it today.
Far away from home. After their journey, they return home to start fighting back against British colonialists in the 1920s. This movie was directed by S.S. Rajamouli, Ram Charan as Sitarama Raj, N.T. Rama Rao Jr. as Komoran Bhim. It messed my thing up. It turned it into a way, so I'm sorry, folks. As Venkata Rama Raju, Alia Bhatt as Sita, Olivia Morris as Jennifer, Srija as Saran as Sarojini, Ray Stevenson, the Punisher himself, as Scott Buxton.
Holy shit. I didn't even know that.
And Alison Doody as Catherine Buxton.
Oh, goddamn. That
goddamn
horrible. Yeah, dude, she's fucking evil. That's the Punisher?
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right, Enrique, what'd you think of this movie?
I fucking love this movie. This it's a 3-hour movie, by the way. And it did not feel like a 3-hour movie to me. I was almost 2 hours in and I was like, holy shit. I'm past halfway of a 3-hour movie. Look, this tickles my, I'm just visually, it tickles all the sensitive parts for me.
This is a family show.
Tell me more.
Visually, this movie is one of the best movies I've seen in a while. Just the shots, just the locations, just everything. Yeah, it's. My only concern is, was there, and I guess I'll ask now, is there enough fighting in this? Does this qualify for our list?
I know, I was thinking about that too, because it's
spoiler alert, it's
not
not going to be in
lot.
the top 10 for me anyways.
Yeah.
If you do, you know. I'm not saying it's a bad movie though. I only have one gripe with it, and it's not the music. I actually like the songs in this movie. I think it's cool how it tells you a part of the story. Because goddamn, if it didn't have these songs, this movie would be 6 hours. Now, not to be dumb, right? You know, like the music moves story forward. Like you were saying that last week. The dance number, which I thought would bug me, did not bug me. That shit had me laughing out loud. I thought it was so fucking funny and hilarious. And like, the tango. Like, it just fucking worked. All that worked. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the last one though. I was fucking done with it by that time. But that was
the credits.
Just credits, yeah. That was not the problem with me. So that wasn't it at all. I didn't feel it was 3 hours long either. I'll be brutally, like when I was working out, I thought I was gonna like watch this and then watch another. I ended up fucking watching the whole thing except for because I had to leave at one point. I was like, fuck, or I would have finished it right in one sitting. I think I had to watch 30 minutes later. Like that was it because it was so good. It's just one thing that won't and there's a gripe that I just have with this genre of things. But go ahead, continue. What you said visually? Because I was wondering about that with you because you're right. There's some beautiful shots, but some of the animal shit is bad.
CGI is gonna be hit and miss. You either choose to give it a break, whatever it is. Not just this. She-Hulk, you can say has the same issue.
Yeah.
But if you choose to. Yeah, she looks
her walking and her
kind of crazy, huh? Yeah.
Did you see that twerk?
So you either choose to ignore it and just kind of get past it, or if you want to make it a big deal, you can make it a big deal. I chose, for me, the movie is so good for me that you acknowledge that it's not perfect, but whatever. It's just, it is what it is. It's CGI. Sometimes,
that's what they can do.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. You know, they're not going to use real animals, so they went out of the way to not use real animals. So that's just
they're making a point to tell you they're not going to use real animals. Yeah.
So that's just what it is. And for me, it didn't. You know, I gave it a pass.
Okay.
Whether it's whether it's justifiable or not, or but I chose to not hold that against the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone.
No, that wasn't the problem. It's not the animals. I don't like novella acting. I've never liked novella acting. I can't stand it. I especially dislike it when it's trying to be serious. And I'm talking about literally legit novella acting, like when you watch Spanish novellas. Mm-hmm. And did I watch Spanish novellas? I had to, because that's all my mom fucking watched growing up. Like, that's all that was on TV.
From everyone in the movie?
No. But our two main characters do a lot of novella acting. When it's serious. Like, it's so over the top that I just don't like that. I've never liked that. Like, that's just not my thing. That's just not, be careful, mother. That's just not my thing. It never has been. When it's like fun and funny, like that's the dance number, I fucking love that shit. I love the Betty and the Feas. I always go to that one, but I love the funny novellas when they're not trying to be. There's one on Netflix called The War Next Door where they're just fucking having a good time in that. And it's like, it's a show. It's kind of like a novella, but they're not being serious. It's just fun. And I can deal with that. I just never like the over the top novella acting. And this reminded me a lot of that over the top novella acting. Like everything was a big deal. I just
that's crazy because I've obviously we've all seen our share of novellas growing up. I never got that from them.
That's how I felt. That's exactly where we. I still watch them because my wife watches them. So I'll come in and I'll be like, "What the fuck?" And
I'm not saying that you're wrong. That's not the case. Because I'm just saying I don't know. I just didn't see it. But maybe it's just the. Maybe that's just the tone of Indian films.
And that's actually the conversation I was having with the market.
Yeah.
That's maybe what it is. And that obviously it works. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that's what it is. But there were some parts, like that little girl at the beginning, that shit was heartbreaking. Yeah. That wasn't over the top to me. It was maybe just the two main characters that got on my nerves about it. Because there's some parts where they're crying. Yeah, I know. But when when they're hurt, and when I'm like, bro, get the fuck, because like the little girl shit, that was heartbreaking. That was horrible. The way she sounded singing was amazing. Like that whole thing. The bad people, like the Punisher and his wife, god damn, they were good. The mom, that scene with the mom at the beginning, fucking rough. That was crazy. So all that stuff worked. The first time you see the cop, that scene with the fighting, that was super cool. Super cool. I don't feel like anything else got back to that level. Obviously, that scene lends to itself, right? But like, you're fucking basically dealing with superheroes at this point. Like, it was badass, which was fine. That's fucking, I watch superhero movies. It's fucking fine. And you could totally, like, this is cool, right? This is like, if this is my movie, fuck yeah, bro. Like, that's badass, right?
The bridge scene didn't do nothing for you?
The bridge scene.
Where they're jumping off the bridge.
Where they meet, actually?
that shit made me laugh. I was like, especially with the underwater handshake. Yeah, I was fucking, that didn't fucking
But that's when you see that they're like you said, they're kind of superheroes.
Yeah. Oh, you can see that from the first fucking scene with the guy. I'm sorry, like,
well, yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like, yeah. Nah, that was kind of, that was like laughing at that. That didn't hype me up. That made me chuckle. I was like, and then they had fucking handshake underwater. I was like,
you were out at that point. I mean, I can see how you just, yeah.
But again, there's some other shots were fucking cool as fuck. Great fight scenes with the guns. Just like I said, they're fucking like superheroes, man. It's badass. That one, I didn't like the bridge scene. That was probably one of my least favorites, to be honest with you. But the other stuff was cool. Other stuff was real cool. When he like turns into, and I don't know what the character is, and I'm sure it's like a folklore character. When he puts on the red. That shit was fucking badass. And he had the bow and arrow. Like, that was cool as fuck, you know? But then there was just other scenes where it was serious, where I was just like, all right. Like, the acting kind of threw me off. But again, there was also some really good acting. Like I said, I really liked that. That little girl was cool, man. God, every time she was on the screen, I felt fucking bad, dude. Like,
there was a lot of really sad moments throughout the movie. Yes. Not just those. There's a couple others too. What'd you think of Barca?
It's hard to watch at parts, dude.
I thought I was going to Enrique this. I was not in the mood to watch the movie. That week, I had just finished watching Elvis, and it's an over-the-top spectacle. It's got novella acting, and then it's got the CG title cards where, like, over-dramatic use of it, very stylized. And so
Quick, good, yes or no?
Oh, yeah, it's good. Okay. It's a cool movie.
Elvis. Okay.
Yeah. And then it won me over.
You said you liked it?
Yeah, because I heard there wasn't kind of the traditional musical scenes.
Yeah.
What stood out for me is that musicals, there's two kinds of musicals, right? There's music that propels the story forward, and this is what's happening to us in this moment. And I think only at the end is the one where there's a dancing in the middle, where they're showing off their own dance moves against the British, and then the actual end credit, whole musical part.
And that's just end credits.
And that was an end credits, but it's like a big shout out, and so I can see the filmmakers making this movie for the generation right now.
Okay.
Right. This is their Wong Fei Hong. This is their historical epic.
Yeah.
And how do you show that these characters, these real people made an impact in the country we live in now? And it's by making them superheroes, legitimately making them superheroes, right? To the point where they cast a superhero as the villain in this movie. The way it looks, the staging of things, and like I agree with Enrique, the way the camera moves in this. There are some scenes where all of a sudden the person becomes a CG double. And so then like kind of jumping around. But we saw that in Miss Marvel. We see that in She-Hulk. So again, you have to have this suspension of disbelief to kind of watch this movie. But here's the thing. Indian movies are amazing and they are over the top. And even the most kind of basic of movies that they might put out is still over the top and has not over the top. They are very ambitious.
They go for it. They go for it.
They're like, and I guess this is the fourth most expensive movie in India ever made.
I mean, you can tell throughout. I mean, every scene of this movie, you can tell that it wasn't just like, let's just shoot this real quick.
Every scene is big.
Every scene is big. Every scene you feel like they took their time and they planned it, and this is exactly what we want.
I feel like there's never less than 10 people in a shot. Like there's always so many people in a good way though. Yeah. Like every scene is big.
Shots where they pan out, see a big area, they're fucking beautiful. Like you can tell rivers, they have a point. Everything has a point. For every shot has a point. It's not just like people walking. It's like if people are walking, it's shot in a way where it's like, that's kind of cool. It's like a throwaway scene, but it's cool.
And I like that not every scene was on a stage, right? Not every scene is in front of a green screen. It's like, hey, let's go take the camera. We're going to the market. And obviously stage it the way you want to. But like I believe that this is the 1920s.
Yeah.
I feel that this movie is two movies mashed up together because it has a natural ending to this movie. Yeah. And they're like, you know what? No. We're doing the whole thing. With one movie.
We might not get another chance. Let's fucking make our
the story with each character, right? Yes. Kind of has its own movie.
And so like it ends with him escaping.
Yeah.
That's a natural ending of this. And then they're like, but guess what? There's more. And I feel like part two is the weaker of the movies or of the moments. Until you get the full story of the second guy.
Yes. The Ram. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's when it brings you in. Because you're right. You are kind of like, it's kind of chugging along. It's still beautiful. You're still enjoying it, at least for myself. But then you start to see the story of Ram unfolding. And it's like, oh shit!
There's also hard parts to watching that shit.
Yeah, I love right after the animals attack. When he's holding Beam, and then he's like, you have to surrender. You have to surrender.
Yeah.
And then he just keeps smacking him. Boof. Boof.
And those are tough because you fall in love with these characters. You fall in love with their friendship.
Just their bromance.
It's a bromance.
It's a bromance.
And it's hard to watch because it's like, dude, why do you keep being like, what's going on? Like,
I did squats.
You don't know.
I was like, all right, bro, let's do this. I jumped
on his shoulders and we did squats, bro. It was like we did.
And at this point, we still don't know what his true motivation is, why he's doing what he's doing. So, but that just lends to how good the story is for me. And then when it all unfolds, it's like, it's good. It was good.
Well, Stevens, you're a fan, right? What did you like about this movie?
I liked it. I liked that it is their Wong Fei Hung movie. And it's basically, so the two guys are real guys who both battled the British and all that kind of stuff to get Indian freedom. But this story is fictitious, right? Because they never really knew each other. So the idea is, well, what happens in this period of their lives where these two guys, we don't really, kind of, there's nothing really documented about this point in their life. Like we know from end of movie on, because that's when they go fight, right? They both go fight. So all this in the middle is them. Like, what if they were bros? What if they knew each other? And what if they were like, Romance, they realized they were fighting for the same thing,
like
right?
Jesus after he was a teenager.
The middle chapter.
Yeah. So it's all fictitious, but it's very cool to see what they imagine, could be true about these two heroes that they have that, freed the country and so on. And what's cool too is like there's statues of both of them in the garb that they're wearing at the end of the movie.
The red and the
so like you can see both of them like transform, like you said, transform into kind of that character, which is really cool. And I liked the way it was done. I liked, because at first I was like, wait, is that it? And I looked at it and I'm like, no, we got a whole like hour and 20 minutes left. And I was like,
yeah, it does take like a natural, like it should end here, but it keeps going.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, hold on, what's going to happen?
Yeah,
and then we started learning. So I was kind of like, oh, wow. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool.
that torture scene's rough.
Yeah.
That's a fucking rough ass scene, bro. There's like I said, there's quite a few of them in there, but not in a bad way. I mean, rough as in like you're fucking like feeling for like. There's times where I was like,
I want to see him bleed.
And Homer's a freak.
Yeah.
Like, anybody who has their own whip is a freak.
With nails in it.
She a freak. She into some shit, bro.
Like the British here, like I've never seen it as extreme before, and I'm wondering because
but this is a movie of extremes.
Yes, but I'm also wondering perspective because I've not seen an Indian movie tell this story before. Like I've always seen the British.
Is there another
British
movie where the British
style or American version of what happened, right? And so I'm very curious.
I was gonna say they're pretty shitty in The Patriot.
But that's here. That's not in India.
I know, but I'm saying the British are still shitty though. They're horrible.
Yes. But I guess what I'm saying is, the perspective of Indians telling the story.
She just passed away 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Goodbye, English Rose.
Let's not lose England.
She didn't have the whip.
I don't know. She might have been a freak. Like, I mean, she might have been into some shit.
I guess maybe.
She a freak. Hey, don't age her. Don't be an ageist, Steven. She might have been
How
down.
did that age
because
her?
maybe you think because she's old, she can't be freaky.
No, she is not
this
the
is
one in the story.
Podcast.
I'm not
Enrique
saying
just talked
that.
about his tingly things. Like, I mean, come on.
That's not what I meant at all. I meant she was not in India with the whip is what I meant. Like,
I don't know, was she
literally.
1,000 years old? Maybe she put him in India. What year was this? Actually, I forgot about that. What year was this?
This is
the 20s.
Yeah,
Man, she
somewhere
was
around there.
35 when this movie came out.
But I don't think she was in India. My gosh, I'm not that great at history, but I'm pretty sure it's not her.
On the British Empire. Thank you very much.
She was in the back.
Yeah.
So no, but
they open the door and he's like, mustache guy, go get him.
Everything in
But it
this
was like-
movie
but
is
like-
extreme. And they were horrible fuckers.
Every time they pulled the bullet out to tell the story,
that was a fucking horrible
don't you
God
use
damn.
that bullet on this
bullet
trash. And I was like,
came on a
holy
boat.
crap, bro.
The first chunk of this movie is fucking heartbreaking and sad and angry and everything at the same time. It's fucking crazy. With
There's
the
very
girl.
strong characters, good and bad. Like,
That could be us, but you're over here wilding out.
is Rom like the ultimate fucking wingman, bro? Is he?
In all his movies? Is that what we're saying
Of
right
everything
now?
we've seen, is he the best wingman ever?
In everything we've seen. I'm trying to think about it. What's other good wingmans? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I can't think about it.
Goose.
Yeah, I was thinking of Top Gun.
Rooster.
Yeah, I was thinking of Top Gun. I was like, that's probably got a good
No,
wingman.
with the ladies though.
Oh, I thought you meant a literal wingman. We gotta keep it kayfabe, bro. Come on, you gotta keep the kayfabe, bro. No, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I can't think of any like ones that we've seen. So you're probably right.
They're either opposing, like they're fighting against, right? Like in Hero.
That was another thing where I was like, that's so funny that they never were able to figure each other out. even though they were best friends, right? You're my best friend.
Well, like he's showing a very accurate picture around town, and he never sees it, and no one knows.
You never asked me.
They were deep in the
You never
bromance,
asked
though.
me?
They were deep in the
And
bromance.
then
I want to carry a hat.
I feel like it was
now.
like I feel like it was a perfect distraction for them both. Like they were so intensely involved in their own things.
Their bromance?
And so their bromance was like kind of like a perfect just
take away from all the
like
shit they were doing.
Yeah.
Their bromance blinded them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure about that. Yeah, it's a great way, man. This movie, though.
I appreciated the bromance. I mean, I would like to think that if we ever get caught up in an intense dance battle,
yeah.
and I hurt my leg,
we get involved in that. You're just gonna be standing up against the wall. I don't have to hang that shit by myself, dog.
Whatever.
Let's
I'm ready
go.
for this. Ready? Do a move. Do a move.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing a dance or a song. I'm not doing a dance or a song. Fool. I refuse to get canceled. I'm gonna stay right here.
I'm not here to get canceled. I'm here to tell you that y'all's dance moves are amazing.
No, that scene was awesome. Like, honestly, guys, the music did not do it to me. It was just that. That was my one thing. It did not feel 3 hours long. I think it's an epic of epic proportions. I think Stevens nailed it. The bad guys in this movie are fucking horrible people.
And they dance in chanclas.
Yeah, which is fucking hard. They're horrible people. Everything was over the top. Everything was over the top, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, that was just, and there was other little things here and there, but it's a good movie. I wonder what happens if this movie is cut into two. Does it become? Can you do more with the second part? Can you do more with the first part?
Part two needs to be.
You think that there's not part
up
two?
a little bit. Well, no.
If they made it into part two, okay.
Yes.
I'll do a little more with the second half of the movie.
Yeah.
Well,
it would be once you start realizing what he's doing.
No, I know.
Good.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you would lose that if you have a big gap of time in between the stories. I feel like you would lose the impact.
And I feel like it would, like, Kill Bill 2 suffers. The first one is amazing. The chapter 1 is amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 2 is like it's like it's missing something. It's missing another scene to make it over the top.
Because the story of Ram as a kid, you know, that whole when you finally find out why he's doing what he's doing, and then what happens to his dad, like, I guess you could start the second movie with that beginning.
Yeah, right.
What was before that? I'm losing that because you're right. Before that is where you're kind of like, huh?
He gets a commendation. Like he then becomes the special officer, and then
which was his plan, so he can get his hands.
That's why he fought 800 people at once, right? To become the special officer.
Yeah.
So you see him.
Yeah, and
get
then
it.
they passed him up. Then?
That's some bullshit.
That's our luck next time. Brownies, and you're like, what?
What? No, what do they say? Not brown skins. What do they call them?
There's a whole lot of
They
bad.
use something with brown. I was like, motherfucker, that hurt. Like, it shit hurt me too. But yeah, okay. So it was that whole little thing. Because once you go back to him as a kid.
Yeah,
you're back in, bro.
Here's the one thing here's my gripe. You show him with this amazing rifle, and there's no payoff with that rifle. Right? Ram gets.
Was the payoff to go back in time to remember his story?
Yeah, but at least I want to see him shoot like, and you're like, oh my god, I left a hole
because he made the shot from like here to fucking Mexico, right? From like with the one old school rifle. I see what you're saying.
And maybe that's
didn't they do a shot at the very end when
his buddy does a shot?
Okay.
Yeah, he tells him how to do it, and he does it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, who's cooler of the two? Ram.
Ram's the coolest.
Ram's cool.
I feel like Beam. They try to show you that Beam's.
Alone.
Yeah. Ram's
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was probably
the cop is sexy.
Who is?
The cop is sexy.
Yeah.
That was really only my only issue with the movie. I feel like
Ram should have got the girl.
Yeah. I feel like his look was.
But he did get the girl.
He had a girl.
Yeah.
He had a girl. But I'm talking about.
He should be out there just slanging.
No. But I'm talking about, like, you know how
like
Beam,
a stick man.
You know, like Beam fell in love with the British girl, and then, you know, whatever. I felt like.
That's my biggest gripe of the movie. I don't think the British girl was very attractive. You heard it here first.
I mean, she was.
No, but I don't think it was necessarily. Well, I think it in part is that, but she was also kind to
Olivia Morris.
people.
Please come on the show.
Slap me with the white glove.
How dare you, Brownie?
She was the only of the British that was kind to people, right? That's sexy in itself, right? Like, You don't know.
My dude's like,
I guess we know who the more shallow end of the table is.
I thought that was very forbidden fruit. Like, you're right.
She's not ugly, but she's not like.
All right. And take away the racism from the old lady, I was more interested in her. You see what I'm saying?
The old lady was.
I'm like, what other whips you got? What other whips?
Freaking.
You know she down for the get down, fool. Come on now.
But the motive was not just girl, right? That was just That was just happenstance.
Yeah.
So he always was looking for Molly, right?
Frequently. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I know what you do over there.
So, but yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know. But yeah, okay. Cooler. We're saying the cop. We're saying Rom's cooler. Whose backstory is better?
Oh, Beam.
Really?
Yeah. Well, who's more tragic?
I don't know. Just better. Because of tragedy, because of whatever. Which one was better?
Just his introduction. The shepherd is coming for you. You should probably return his daughter. And they're like, cool. There's a man and he was going to kill the governor. He's going to break down the British Empire.
There's not one calm fucking conversation in this whole movie, man. Hey, how's it going? Man, it's going cool.
How dare you? The servant's interest is in the back, Brownie.
I don't think it was Brownie.
I know, but
I think we're gonna start. I'm gonna start using that. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. So okay, so
right,
you think,
and then you're like, oh my god, like who's coming?
Next scene, he's hunting a tiger.
Right?
Yeah, but now we know why.
I feel like he punched that wolf in the mouth, and then he took off running. He was like, all right, here we go.
Oh my god, the grabbing of I don't know what it was to punch a tiger in the mouth.
Oh, it was like a branch, but it was like bigger than a branch.
I felt like it was a piece of fountain. Because wasn't it next to the water? Who the fuck knows?
I don't know.
And he punched the shit out of that tiger.
Was Beam related to the little girl?
It was it her uncle? Like they're a tribe?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm getting.
I felt that he was like literally the revenge, like
brother?
The redeemer. Like when you fuck with this tribe will leave you alone. This tribe will never mess with the British.
Because if he was just if he wasn't related,
I did.
Or he's just trying to give Enrique ass over there, bro.
Listen, when you were doing squats, so you're on shoulders and we're doing squats.
Frequently. Hennessy, and they pay me for it. So,
are you wanting to get up on my shoulders right now?
Squats. Okay, so you're going with Reams. And anyways, I don't think they were related. Beam, Ream, whatever the fuck it was. I don't think they were related, but I think he is literally the shepherd of the whole tribe.
Yeah, and he's all the shepherd will come for his flock.
I think Rom's story is just because it's just because.
Tragic as fuck.
Yeah, because he's actually the one that went through it. Not yet. And if Beam is just a guy from the tribe that got given the job to do it. Obviously, he cares. Obviously, he cares for the girl, whatever. I'm not saying, but all that other shit happened to, like, it affected his actual
the fact
dad.
that Ram was able to play that long game.
Yeah.
That was a fucking long game.
But that was a super long game, right? 4 years. And then...
Well, and you're working for the people that you hate.
Yeah, and he says, I have to hurt.
And he's hurting
people.
Yeah. He's hurting the people that he's actually trying to save.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit the shit out of those guys with sticks.
And then they're calling out his girl. Where is your...
Yeah.
Where is he? I thought he was going to come back.
Yeah.
It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
Why are you sitting here on this dock?
Mm-hmm. Sitting by the dock of the bay. All right, Stevens, which backstory did you like more?
I really like both, but I think the putting up with all of this crap so that you can have your end game in the end, right? Like being that yes man to people that you don't like. And
again, Beam collected all these animals and he tossed them at the British.
They're both good. We can agree that they're both good.
Yeah. But I think this also from childhood.
Sides.
I think it's also from childhood though, right? Because his dad, as soon as his dad dies, he's on this mission.
Yeah, dude.
And so it's longer and more tragic, I think.
And he actually, spoiler alert, he actually kills his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, did British Dynamite do it? because this one bullet took a train ride. It got on the ferry, came to the loo.
So it's also that
it was
if he doesn't fulfill his mission,
butt cheeks of a soldier.
he killed his dad for nothing.
Yeah.
Servant, or is it husband to a murdered wife?
Dude, I'm telling you, there was not just normal fucking conversation in this goddamn movie, man. Oh my god, it's fucking over the top.
I wanted to see the bullet's point of view.
Okay, what was your favorite action scene in the movie? I do. It's early, but I do fucking love him beating the shit out of 800 people. The shots when they're like on top of him from like the inside of the pile were pretty fucking
Oh, when
cool
they're all on top of him?
Yeah. That
was,
shit made me feel like I was getting
awesome.
suffocated.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Yeah. That would probably be my favorite. What was your favorite like action scene?
Oh, him as the archer.
Okay.
Yeah, coming out.
And then there's that one scene where the guy hides behind the tree, and then he's like, "Oh, I made it." He's all,
Enrique, what was yours?
Enrique.
I'm trying to think.
Enrique, I've been rubbing your thigh in my hey, I don't know how that, is that how that works?
Which was yours, Enrique?
I don't know.
Right, am I good? Nope.
I don't know.
Listen, I'm used to having my old classroom had a sink, had a whole kitchen, and now my new classroom doesn't have any of that. So
Okay.
I have to remind myself, hey, go get water to drink.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not
Okay,
just
okay.
I can go to the faucet.
The favorite part is how you're gonna be cut off. Like it's gonna be right at your eyeballs in the second video. It's just gonna be all Marcus' eyes.
Well, all you see is Enrique's hat.
All right, so what do you got, Enrique?
I don't know. The one you said is good.
Where they pluck that kid out of the river and they just chuck him into the air.
No, he's talking about the one where he beats the shit out of everybody.
Yeah. The scene where they're when Ram's on a horse and then he's on the motorcycle, that one's kind of cool.
The first time or the last time?
The first time.
Oh,
The first
the
time.
bridge.
When they saved the kid. I just said that.
Well, no, not that. Okay.
Where they're riding again, like
Yeah.
towards the screen.
And then here's a ramp. Jump it.
And then when Beam's breaking Ram out of the prison,
And he's on Marco. Oh no.
yeah,
Yeah, that one.
that was cool.
Yeah.
My least favorite though is I would like to know which one you probably, because my
The
least
bridge.
favorite, the one I had the most issue with was when near the end when they're escaping and then the
car
whole
flip?
thing with the motorcycle. He grabs the motorcycle and he just starts chunking it around.
Oh,
Oh, that was badass. We talking
Well, that's
about.
when he like.
He's like, "Doom." And he's goose.
That's what.
It just looked kind of funky for me, even though
he's chucking a motorcycle.
I know, but like it seemed like he grabbed it a little
They
bit too
totally
easy,
could have made
like-
it much more realistic. I'm just
No,
a fucking
no.
fake tiger flying around is fine
No.
for you, but
No, the tiger was different because that's a tiger, and I don't know. It's a nitpick. It's a nitpick. I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't ruin anything for me. I mean, it's just
it
a
looked a
nitpick.
little weird. I know what you're talking about. To me, it was a bridge. Like it was fucking stupid.
I like that because that's when they met. That's like their.
You're my best friend.
That's when
But they talked without talking.
Like
Yeah.
a
And
first
they knew what to do without saying
that
a
was kind
word.
of cool.
when you're a hero, you just do.
date. You're right, America?
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm good.
No.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
So, okay. So then this, as you were saying, you were giving your example of what it is and how they're real people. And this is more of like a, what if they actually met kind of a thing. None of this happened, but what if, right?
What if we were
But
gonna build a theme
they
park
did become these
about these
heroes.
two
We talked
guys?
about like the Paul Revere's or whatever it is in every culture, right? So like, I'm thinking there's that famous picture of when like Pancho Villa and Emiliano Zapata got to Mexico City, right?
Yeah.
And they sit down and they fucking took over the capital.
And he's like,
which
I'm not-
happened.
Yes, and he's like, I'm not sitting on that damn throne.
So it happened. So what if they made a movie of like them going on to fucking like take over Mexico and blah, 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 right? Which they did. They literally got to Mexico City. Or what happened to lead up to that, which there was real things that happened, but maybe we get a more stylized version of it.
We have that
Would
movie,
you
and it's
go-
called.
And whatever hero it is in your culture, would you like it if it was that stylized? That over the top?
I don't think it's
Because
more.
I'm thinking about making a movie like this about that, and I don't know if I'd like that. Not saying that people that like that this is their version of that don't like it. I'm just like wondering if I would like that.
Have you seen the Pancho Villa movie with Antonio Banderas?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right. So I feel like, first of all, it's like you got the Spaniard to be him, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. Well, Marlon Brando played Emiliano Zapata fucking a long time ago.
Yeah,
so.
but that's Mama.
Which he did. It's pretty cool movie.
Don't kill my horse.
It actually is a kind of dope movie though. Like, he does a good job. But
I would rather die.
would you like it if it
standing
was
up
that
on my knees.
over the top? I'm just wondering.
You sent the grocery collector to an errand, boys. No.
I don't know if I would.
I mean, I think this style lends. I don't know. It's just it's hard to say without actually seeing
it, right? No, I get what you're saying. I just wonder because, like, I don't know how much they knew. You're making this, and if I'm saying this wrong, like before them becoming these like heroes, there's not much about what happened to them, who they were before.
They each have a period of like time where their life is a little obscure, but they also lived decades apart. So
okay, so they're not even anywhere near the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very like they're what they eventually did right as revolutionaries, but
You're already coming into this.
This period of time is all fiction.
Like, they didn't do that, but that looked kind of cool.
Crazy.
Yeah, because they just made them. They just made them like superheroes in a way where you're just like, God, they're badass.
I think it'd be cool to kind of get a prequel to what life was like before Paul Revere or whatever.
Well, no, you know what?
Like whoever your example is.
He's a motherfucking superhero too.
Exactly.
And it's kind of badass.
Yeah.
But it's not so much over, right? Because the Patriot, I think to me, is really fucking cool. Right? Like that scene where he is the river one. Where he fucking basically takes out like 85 people. Like, very down by the river, walking on water. Like very much like that, where he's almost a superhero at that point, like, and that's cool. But this is like.
But is it done in a way where the Patriot, is that done in a way where it's like, they make it look realistic, like he actually took out all those people? See, so I have more of an issue with that
where this
than
one
with
says,
this.
Fuck it, we're fucking around, guys.
Because this
we're
one,
the
it's
Fast and
like
Furious of history.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Huh? Okay. When you don't,
because a Patriot is trying to tell you like he actually took out all these people, and it's like, come on, bro.
But he's not. But okay, I don't think the movie's trying to tell you that. I think people try to think that's real.
But is it shot in that way? Because if he's just taking fools out and people are taking turns shooting at him, and it's like, come on, dude, like that's not how it wouldn't have played out like that. Yeah. In this. Like in the very beginning when he jumps into that crowd, you're like, look, in real life, this fool's not going to beat up a bunch of all these people. But they still do it in a way where you almost kind of like, oh, this guy's obviously a fucking superhero.
Have you watched The Patriot before?
I have not.
Okay. I love that river scene. I'll tell you, because it's fucking grimy as fuck.
No,
yeah. But I see, yes, it's not as over the top to where you think he's a superhero, but obviously he would have never been able to do that.
Right.
Does that make any sense? Yeah. It is that where this one is like superhero.
Yeah.
It's Fast and Furious, right?
Yeah,
like,
this one's not trying to fool you.
Is it Vin Diesel hold the helicopter? I was trying to remember that the other day.
No, The Rock.
Yeah, it's that shit, right? Where you're like, obviously that won't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So you almost like it more for being.
But I would even say Fast and Furious kind of goes a little bit too hard because it's like they don't try to play it. Like they're not trying to show you that these guys are superheroes. They're actually trying to tell you that these guys are just that strong or whatever. Yeah. And that's, I mean, I have plenty of issues with Fast and Furious movies. Like they some of them, they go too far. It's like, come on, dude.
Was space too far?
Hey. Not full.
Hey, speaking of space, have you guys heard that Tom Cruise is actually trying to film a movie in space?
Yeah.
I just found that.
So, are you thinking that he's building a spaceship to go to space? And that's all I'm gonna say before we get fucking any kind of indictments. Barker, would you?
I just found out, and I thought it was.
We'll talk about that. Would you like it if it was over the top like that? A Pancho Villa, Milan Zapata.
But what story are you saying?
Any story. I'm just wondering because they pick two people.
If they do it in this way, like beautiful visuals, like beautiful visuals, like everything, whatever, it would be fucking dope.
Look at that. We're looking. Besides pornography, he has stills from this movie, and it looks badass. Right, the stills are beautiful. The coloring, the grading of this is awesome. Okay, so let me go back to Elvis. Okay. I know the Elvis story.
There you go.
This movie's over the top.
Okay.
Where in certain scenes, like it's All Right Mama, then gets layered with a rap song.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it's like, okay, well, that's a weird choice, but in the context of this, it works, and it is over the top, and Baz Luhrmann tries to make connections between a character that an artist that Elvis saw when he was 7 years old to then him as an adult to then the addiction to all of that. So I feel this is Baz Luhrmann, I think, has picked up stuff from Bollywood movies. And I think that Bollywood movies have kind of taken the American experience of movies and said, hey, all right, you like movies? Cool. Boom. Here's this movie at 11. Right? These go up to 11. And
Interesting.
I don't know. I truly enjoyed this movie, and I'm wondering what else the director has made that is kind of similar in tone to see if like,
is there other stuff out there, Stevens?
Let me find out.
And how much money has this? Wow, it's so hard because okay. Do we have a box out? Like,
I don't know because it cost.
Is it on
cost
rupees?
$72 million.
They're rupees, right? Or American?
I'll say American if you possibly can.
I know
what the money is. All right.
Did I get rid of it? No. So it cost $72 million.
Zelda money.
Dollars.
It costs how much?
$72 million.
And that's the fourth most.
And it's the fourth highest grossing Indian film of all time.
At 72 million?
No, that's how much it cost.
Okay, so
I don't know how much it
so there's 3 other Indian
because it's also streaming all over, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wonder how you like translate that to like.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find it.
Interesting. All right, so here we go. Enrique, would you tell people to watch this movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
3 hours. Oh, what did you end up watching it in subtitles or Spanish?
Spanish with subtitles.
Spanish with yeah, same thing I did here. Yeah, same thing. Barca, yes or no?
Yes, please watch this movie.
So, how did you watch it?
Both.
No. Oh, you watched it.
I started in Spanish,
and then you just went to.
But then it was like very like they all had very deep voices.
Yeah, some of the symbols.
Kind of like when you watch Rambo in Spanish. And
yeah. Check it out. Also watched it in Spanish with English subtitles. Yeah. I did the same thing. Stevens, would you tell people to watch this movie?
Yes, and in India it grossed $81.5 million.
That's just in India. So
that's just India. In Australia, $2.5 million.
Damn, Australia's the big game up.
Yeah. And then New Zealand was 300,000. Russia was 34,000. And then here, 11.3 million.
They're like, weekends go.
And then also all over.
Go to theater.
Like all over the place. So
too busy fighting
domestic,
Nazis.
I said, was 11.3 million. Worldwide, almost $1 billion. No, not 999. Sorry. Almost.
But there's room for one more?
$100 million. So,
that's a big difference.
Yeah.
I was like, God.
I added an extra 9.
Okay.
But
Holy shit.
99, almost, it's $99.9 million. So it's like $100 million worldwide.
Would it maybe be almost 98?
No.
What
do you think?
Was it 100?
No.
Maybe?
Do you think?
I'm going to smack you guys.
Do you think 99 love balloons?
Oh my goodness.
Stevens, would you tell people to watch this movie?
Yes, watch it.
All right. Stevens, what's our top 10 list?
I was looking at box office.
Damn it, Stevens. You know where we're going.
Number 1 is Fearless. Number 2 is Enter the Dragon. Number 3 is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Let her do her thing, bro. God damn. What's number 4?
I kind of like the echo. I don't know how it's going to be on
with
his
that
end.
Echo?
Number 4 is the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Not Return to 36 Chamber.
Damn. All right. I guess not.
Hey guys, give Gordon Liu some love. This movie, this movie's awesome. Once you get past that beginning, much like our podcast, this podcast is awesome. Once you get past that beginning,
what are you talking about? Begin's the best part.
Number 5 was Legend of the Drunken Master or Drunken Master 2. Number 6 is Way of the Dragon. Number 7 is Crippled Avengers. Number 8 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Number 9 is Fist of Fury. And number 10 is Baby Assassins.
Oh, Baby Assassins. I was wondering if we took that out of top 10, but we did it. Bastards. All right. Top 10. For me, no. Still a great movie, though, but not in the top 10 for me. And Enrique, you are having a hard time with that boba over there. But
Enrique gives it 4 out of 5 bobas.
No, I think he gives it 6 out of 5 bobas if we're going to rate it.
So it qualifies?
If you want to rate it, go for it.
Abarca, please.
What, do you want me to put it in there?
I want you to go first.
Is it enough martial arts?
Well, let's decide that first. Because if not, then let's just not bother.
I don't feel that it's martial arts per se. I feel it's some good close quarter combat. It's got some good melee kind of stuff. It's got I don't know where you classify fighting with animals.
Do we have to start a list? Animal fighting. Okay.
Yeah. So if it doesn't qualify, then
I don't think there's enough martial arts in there, but this would definitely be on another list.
Okay, so let's say it did. Where would you have put it, Enrique? I'm just wondering.
I would put it at number.
Say, how much are you gonna take? Fuck, goddamn, fool, dinner, sons, but where would you put it?
I would put it at number.
He's putting it at number 2 because he likes Fearless more because of the
fighting.
The fighting at the end.
Interesting.
I would not put it at number 2. Let me see the only list that matters. Let me get my glasses like this, like an old man.
Damn, Robert George. No, not Robert George. Bob Larry. I mix my old guys up.
Hey, don't be mean.
Did he say that also?
Yes, this is catchphrase. To me, it's I kind of get Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon vibes.
But better, right? Would you put it above?
Yeah. So it might be my 8. If it had more actual martial arts.
Does it have more martial arts than any of the movies on that list? I'm just asking.
No, it doesn't. That's the issue. That's the issue.
Yes.
It doesn't. And that's why it would be...
Stevens,
it would be unfair to rank it with these movies.
And I ain't no ranker.
Is there anything like this movie uses a style of some Indian, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it is a martial art that we don't know.
Well,
Enrique?
Because I had the same thought with comparing this to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon because of the visuals. Because that's what makes that movie so good is just the visuals.
Story in that movie, though.
This story is amazing too, though.
No, it is. I'm not saying it's bad.
And this has multiple
like that love story.
And this has multiple good stories, not just one good story.
Yeah.
So for me, that would obviously, put it ahead of that for sure. Mm-hmm. And then just overall, visually, story wise, everything, I like it better than everything else. On top of that, Fearless still has. I enjoy the fighting in that so much.
I love that fucking T scene.
It would be tough to put it in front of Fearless. Mm-hmm. For me, but it would be probably
I like
number
that
2.
bromance, and it's a lot shorter, but I love that fucking tea scene. That tea scene to me is fucking top notch when they just drink tea against each other because you don't need a fucking 2 hours of anything. It's just like, bro, this is the respect
it's awesome. Yeah.
Well, but is there an Indian martial arts that's using this? Because then you can rank it.
They were both trained in, I'm gonna guess it's Kati Samu.
Well, then you can rank it. Martial arts is martial arts. It's not Kung Fu. It's all martial arts, right? Like, what if we see a movie with from
they do
like Israel and they use
don't they do grappling in this? Don't they grapple? Is this or is this something else I watched last week?
Which grappling?
I don't think they do a lot of
I grappled with my heart. That's what happened.
Look, I'm saying, again, we're saying martial arts,
so
right?
Yours is a 2, mine's an 8.
So then and mine's no. So I say you figure that out, Stevens.
6.
How would you, you would have to, I don't know how you would do that.
Do I count it as a 0?
No. You can count it as like, but there's something, see, I like Clan of the White Lotus. I like some other things too. I don't know, what would you count as, like a 11? Even though it wouldn't be my 11.
Because if I'm just averaging, that's the thing, is if I'm just averaging the 8 and the 2, it's going to be a 5,
Look,
right?
Put it at 5. Put it at 5.
But it won't be a 5 if you didn't rank it.
That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying, guys. It's our fucking list. Who gives a shit?
It is the only list that matters.
It is. But again, if you guys feel like it should be in the top 10, cool. I don't. But like that was a question we had with like Black Dynamite, right? Did it have enough when it was in there? I thought it's cool enough, and he's cool enough I was like, fuck yeah, when we had it there for a while. Right? Who's to say Baby Assassins has enough? It's more gunplay than it is martial arts. It's like, but we love those scenes, right? So if this is a martial art that they trained for, then I say you should be able to rank it.
There's definitely fighting in this. Just not the martial arts that we like to.
But that's the thing. Martial arts means everything.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I say fuck it because we're gonna run across some other movies that might have some different martial arts that we have to be able to rank.
It's the art of fighting without fighting.
So I say, look, if we would say we would give it, I would give it an 11. What would that put us at? If we went 2, 6, 2, 8, and 11, what would that put us at?
10.5.
Wait, how the fuck did? Oh, because it's 8 and 11, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it then. Put it at 10.
10?
Dethroning Baby Assassins.
Shit, I like Baby Assassins. That's the thing. But fuck it, he has it at 2.
Yeah, this has a way better story than Baby Assassins.
It's a different story though.
It is.
It's
a different
story.
type of movie.
I laughed out loud for the wrong reasons in this. I laughed out loud for the right reasons in Baby Assassins.
Rise, roar, revolt. Is our
Not
new
water, regular fire,
Earth, water, wind,
and fire, and heart. Captain Planet.
By your powers combined.
Yeah, because it tells you the R's. It shows,
Yeah,
it
the
shows
R's.
it.
Okay, so 10.
All right. 10 it is.
I mean, it's your call, honestly.
No, because if 2 of you like it enough to have it in the top 10, I think it should be in the top 10. And if Stevens was like a deciding vote, you would put it in the top 10.
Where would you put it?
Oh shit, where would you put it, Stevens?
I wouldn't put it in the top 10.
Oh, you would?
Oh, son of a bitch! Get the shit out of here now. We're like, Baby Assassins, you're back, motherfucker.
I don't think
Why?
I don't think it had enough of the fighting for me, like the martial arts.
That's the story.
Okay,
that's the question.
It has more fighting than Baby Assassins.
Yeah.
It does. But I don't know. I don't.
Oh, fuck that head.
I don't know.
Baby Assassins.
No, I know. Baby Assassins has some cool like moments.
But it has more fighting than Baby Assassins. It does.
Yeah.
It does. That's just me. I don't
Look,
this
if
is
we
not
put it at
mine. This
10,
is not
it's
my
gonna be
list.
a weird fucking gatekeeper, bro. It's gonna be a weird gatekeeper, and I'm
do you
still
mean?
questioning that Best of the Best 2 didn't make our top 10. When I'm gonna fight. Remember how hard I fought for that last week? It's gonna fuck me up next week. But no. But like seriously, it's gonna be a weird gatekeeper because it's such a good movie. And you cannot. It's gonna be hard for you to ever vote for anything above this.
Yeah, but
Has
it'll
the best
be
dance scene. I'll tell you that.
Fuck you, Stevens.
But once
The Last Dragon has the best goddamn dance in the club fool when they're all wearing white. Like that little kids get it, fool.
But once it lands on the list, we go off of that, right?
Yeah.
So if it lands on 10, then
and you like something more than Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, it's gonna have to jump up there. Okay, then I say 10. I think I'm cool with 10.
Okay.
That's right. We keep it at 10.
10 it is.
Fuck you and Baby Assassins, bastard.
we love Baby Assassins.
We love a lot of movies that are in the top 10. I mean, that's just the reality of it.
Listen, we love Baby Assassins. People, our listeners and our viewers do
not like Baby Assassins. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea we put this on the top 10. All right, Steven. So it is 10, officially 10. We have made that choice. Good fucking movie. Regardless, guys, great fucking movie. Go watch it. Get ready for cheesiness. All right, now moving on to next week. Oh, fucking, this threw me off in my head. What are we watching next week, Stevens? Because I don't fucking know right now.
It still is next week.
It's still next week. I think we agreed on Yes, comma, Madam, or is it the other one?
Yes, comma, Madam. We're gonna be safe.
Yes, comma, Madam! Exclamation point.
Hashtag.
It has the great Cynthia Rothrock and Michelle Yeoh.
And a lot of short lady hair.
You can find it on Amazon Prime for $5.99. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
so you do have to rent this one.
Yeah. They needed so much for the hair in this movie that they fucking charge you extra for
So
it.
it's also though, and we're not quite sure what the differences are, but you also might be able to find it as In the Line of Duty 2, The Super Cops.
But we have no idea what the In the Line of Duty 1 is.
We don't, and we don't know.
We shouldn't have said shit, Steven. Are you fucking?
Well, if they're looking for the movie, if they get the same thing you did, I mean,
we'll see. Yeah.
One's cheaper than the other to rent.
One's cheaper than the other to rent.
We won't tell you which one. You figure it out.
One is like 8 minutes shorter than the other one.
That's gonna be those 8 minutes that put it over the top, bro.
There you go. But it is apparently the same movie. So.
And
Happy
showed us
watching.
something about, was it best fight scenes or just a fight scene compilation that had something in there. We were like, ooh.
Yeah.
So we want to check this out for sure. All right, awesome. Enrique, where can they reach us?
You can check out our link tree for all of our links to our socials and podcasts and voicemail number.
Is the link tree pointing to the link tree?
No.
Then I guess
That's not how that works.
Then it's not all of our links, is it?
Hey, Abarca, if they want to leave us a voicemail, where do they leave it?
Oh, it just blew your minds, kids at home. Guys, www.gungfusuperbros.com. Call our Google Voice number at 661-401-5941. Guys, like, subscribe, watch the other movies. You may not have heard of it, but they are really, really cool.
Yeah. Abarca, I'm gonna ask you to do the quote about the bullet in a little bit. Hey, Abarca, say bye.
Mahalo, folks. Speak of humans.
Forgot it.
He's trying to figure it out.
Say bye. Bye. You're ready.
I don't. Oh.
What?
Keep going. We should be good.
Stevens, say bye.
Are we ready for bye?
Yeah.
Bye.
And remember, my name's Ivan. Love you guys.
No, yeah, you pulled the thing.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh shit! How did
This red one is the thing. So now you're back.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So should we just do it again just to be safe?
We can. Here's everybody. Freeze. And go.
Hey, Abarca, say bye.
Hey, mahalo, folks. Be good humans.
Enrique.
It's gonna be so hard to edit.
Buddy, this is what you do. Here's the scene. Here's the scene. Fade. And you come back.
You go anywhere from black, bro. Or white. Steven, say bye.
Damn it, let's go.
No, this time it wasn't me. I didn't touch shit, bro.
Whatever, bro. The thing, like, Chrome came on.
We're fine.
We're rolling with it. I'm not cutting anything
Super
of this
Brandon
out.
Stevens, say bye. And remember, my name's Ivan. Love you guys. Bullet quote, go.
He's like, oh, do you know where this bullet came from? This bullet was made in a British factory, and it cost 14 sterling, and then it came on a boat. And the boat had a Buona, and Buona brought it here, and it got keistered up into his buttocks, and then it was brought here. So guess what? This bullet is worth more to the British Empire than this Indian man.
And what queen was available at this? What queen was going on at this time? She was 20 years old when this happened. She's
Wait. Podcast isn't over yet.
Oh, what?
I forgot to do my thing. How do we make this movie better?
Shit. Get better actors.
Oh, they were
Not all of them.
good.
Just
No, the guys were good.
train them to do better with the serious stuff. There you go. Fuck it. You
That's
asked,
just-
I answered. That's me.
Okay,
Shut up.
okay.
Next person, go.
More curly mustaches.
More curly mustache. Go.
A better looking young girl.
Yeah. British girl.
Wow. No,
I know.
British girl.
Olivia, you can
British
call me.
girl.
So shallow.
Yeah, the British
so
girl.
shallow.
Oh no, I know.
British girl.
The
Keep
British girl.
relaxed.
Yeah.
Damn, R. Kelly. What do you got?
My mind's still in the
Mama
More music. More music girls.
Off the rails now. This
Whoa,
fucking is
really?
off
More
the rails.
dances.
All right, Mark, you want to do it again or you're good?
No, we're good. End it.
And
Wrap
after
it
that,
up.
bullets came.
Wu-Tang, motherfuckers.